So as you take your next breath, ask yourself, what is it that you feel most in the present moment, just for a starter, just to sense yourself? What do you feel? You're grounding yourself as you ask that. And it doesn't have to be something big. It's not contrived. Just what it is. You might feel nothing. You might feel empty. But whatever you feel, maybe it's in your body, maybe it's in your heart, whatever's there, honor it by giving your awareness to it without trying to change it at all. It's very likely not going to be dramatic. Occasionally it will be, but the whole point is wherever you are is perfect, and you're just attempting to be with it. Have the courage to just connect with wherever you are in your innermost source. And if there's any kind of injury, hurt, or suffering, feeling it as fully and as simply as you can. Let this be the warm-up to the key question, which is, what is it that I most need that isn't fulfilled, that this feeling is showing me? What is it that isn't being fulfilled in my life that's recurring? And just pause. It could be fear. It could be anxiety. It could be anger or intolerance. And you may not know what the need is, but you're asking yourself, what do you need? And of course, you need to also be aware of feelings that are there that are not satisfied, that will give you clues. Realize that by asking yourself this question, after a while, it becomes simply your guide back to one of the most essential parts of your real self. And by real self, I mean the part of you that cares. Doesn't it make sense to you to want this life to have caring and for you to be a significant source of this caring? Just pause and feel, isn't it obvious if I bring this caring to me that I have a better chance of being fulfilled in this life and also for caring for others? And recognize you're the only one that can guide you in this very intimate way. And let this become a growing first nature. First nature as if it's natural to you. And if it's new, then you're just starting, and good for you. And if it's familiar, recognize that you can continue to deepen it. So when you feel sad, what is it that will make you happy? When you feel frightened, what is it that will give you a greater chance of being courageous or safe? When you feel irritable, what will allow you to have a greater chance of being more peaceful? Now, sometimes, for example, it might be that when you're irritable, it might help just to acknowledge you're irritable and that you're trying to find a way to be more calm or patient. You're pausing. At other times, it might be better, as your guidance suggests, that you just lie down and put your hand on your heart and ask, what's most important to me today? That is a golden guidance. When I say that, I mean that is one of the lifestyle choices that you can make, that when you're unclear or you're disturbed, that you're going to guide yourself to either metaphorically or physically put your hand on your heart and just ask that question. The important thing is you're interested in two things all the time for the rest of your life. What is it that I feel? And what's my feeling state that is most impacting me now and today? And what is it that I need? Just take that in. If you can't find it, know that you need to go back again and again and ask that question. There's no rush. Let this second question be honored even more than the first one. Recognize that you have the capacity to be dedicated and to increase that dedication to be the caregiver of yourself. And that, yes, being aware of your feelings, that's going to take you part of the way. And being aware of your needs is going to bring you a step further and closer. You're looking for needs like being understood, receiving kindness and tenderness or empathy, just being listened to, having more peace, and just being interested in what you need is such an important key. Do you get that? How valuable that is to your quality of life? And that the tone that this interest is being shown is very likely to have an impact on you feeling the quality that will be most nurturing and nourishing to your heart, your body, and your soul. You actually can fall in love with asking, how can I care for myself? There can be music, there can be rhythm. And just notice as you do that now, as you're asking yourself, how can I care for myself? Is the tone supporting you? And when you don't know what you need, and it's totally unclear, recognize that you need to discover what you need. This is going to be the most common situation, something to be proud of. You're venturing a terrain where you don't know. What is it that I need? It's a profound place to be. And the tendency is to exit too fast. So you may have to come back to it for hours or days, but it's a completely worthwhile truth to discover about yourself, the direction you want to move in your life. And see if you can just let yourself be at peace, anticipating that this is going to be the case. you won't know what you need. And that's really okay. And it's a sign you need to give it more attention. Then, as another important theme, you want to develop the capacity to be humble, like an informal prayer, from a kind place. I'd like to be more and more interested in what I need, because it's not my well-grooved habit. And just move myself toward appreciation that this wisdom, this intelligence, this self-caring, this guidance, and your life has come to a place where you're ready to hear and honor this endless discovery of what need is the most essential to your well-being. None of us are the same. This is a great beginning, middle, and end to guide you in this direction. What else would you want to do with your inner life but take good care of yourself and recognize that this isn't the central way that you've been taught how to live, and devote yourself as much as makes sense to you to ask that question for the rest of your life, recognizing that the more you do it, the more access you're going to have to improve your own quality of life. May this be so.